Hey there. Today we're going to do kind of a quick flow that's all about allowing that fire, that tapas to be transformative and to um, allow that fire to be comfortable in that fire. So if you have some blocks, go ahead and grab them and maybe a blanket or a towel. And then either come on top of the blocks or a towel just to lift your hips just slightly higher, just allowing those knees to fall open, feet can come in front of you. Taking a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, let those shoulders soften away from the ears. The shoulders are stacked over the hips, ears are over the shoulders. The skull is drawn back slightly, so like as if you were to kind of rest the back of your head onto a headrest of a car. Allow your eyes to close. Hands can come on top of the knees, palms up or down, whichever is comfortable. And just starting to notice that inhale drawing you into your body. Following that inhale, noticing the exhale. Maybe softening or finding just a little bit more comfort and ease where you're at. Maybe rocking back and forth on your sits bones just to find more of a grounding. And on your next inhale, really draw in as much air as you can into that low belly, feeling it expand on either side, feeling that air expand up into the waist, the diaphragm, the rib cage, even filling up the space between the shoulder blades. And then holding that breath at the top, maybe just for a count of 3. And then as you exhale slowly from the belly, releasing that breath, drawing in the next inhale into your belly, letting that air, oxygen fill you up all the way to the top, all the way up into your collarbone, under your armpits, and then holding on to that, and then smoothly and slowly exhaling. Continuing that deep belly breathing, allowing the body to come out of that accessory breathing, which is shallow, and really connecting with that breath, allowing that breath to fill up the low belly, helps to massage that vagus nerve, helps to calm the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing us back into our ventral vagal state, allowing us to feel safe and connected. So in yoga, when we discuss fire, it's a tapas or self-discipline. Fire also relates to our solar plexus chakra, which is deep in our belly. It's the residing depth of who we are. And sometimes we find ourselves in circumstances that ignite a fire. And if we begin to settle into that heat, that transformative fire, maybe knowing that we can trust this to transform. There's a prayer, the Lord St. Francis of Assisi prayer, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. And this prayer, I didn't notice it when I first heard it, but it is almost with the assumption that one is willing to walk into these. The hatred, the injury, the doubt, despair, darkness, and sadness, so that there's a transformation to be able to sow love, to pardon, to have faith, to have hope, to find light, and to be joy. So taking a few more full, deep inhales into the belly, as if you couldn't breathe in anymore, holding that space. And then exhale, slowly releasing. Drawing in a full, deep breath, allowing that breath to create space before it's slowly released. On the next inhale, reaching those arms up nice and high. And as you exhale, let that left arm slowly drift down to the ground. That right arm starts to reach over to the side. Inhale, drawing both arms, kind of lifting that torso up through center. And as you exhale, floating that right hand down to the ground, left arm reaches up, opening up in between each rib cage, inhaling it up. Slowly exhale, feeling that compression in the left side and opening in the right. This time as you inhale, reaching and extending and lifting the torso. This time as you exhale, taking a twist over to the left as you twist from that belly, from that solar plexus, that place and seat of fire. On your next inhale, twisting from that belly again. Inhale up through center. As you exhale, twisting from the belly. Exhale over to the right. Inhale it up through center. Exhale, twisting from the belly. Inhale, really feeling that rib cage lift away from the hips. Inhale it to center. Exhale, slowly releasing those arms and then switching out whichever foot you had in front. Bringing both hands to the knees. As you inhale, sweeping that chest forward, letting that heart shine through. And then as you exhale, drawing the navel to the chest, rounding, allowing those hands to come to the knees. Inhale, sweeping forward from that belly. Really feel that inhale, that breath coming from the belly to move you. The belly draws in as you exhale, using the hands as a lever. Inhale, sweep it through. Feeling that movement coming from the core. A couple more here, following your own breath, sweeping that through. Maybe allowing that throat to open, and then exhale. Sweeping through forward. One last time, exhale, draw that belly into the navel, really feel that back in between the shoulder blades open up. This time, bringing the feet out in front of you, more like a diamond shape, and continue that inhale, that deep breath sweeping through. And this time, as you exhale, bringing those hands, clasping them together, kind of like the Charlie's Angels mudra. And as you exhale, leaning back, drawing those feet up from your belly button, from the core. Inhale, sweeping forward, and then drawing that pelvic floor up. Exhale, drawing those feet up. Inhale, sweeping forward. Exhale, maybe starting to feel a little bit of that heat from that belly starting to rise up. Drawing up from the pelvic floor to lift those legs. One more, sweeping through. Go ahead and release those legs down, letting those shoulders melt down the spine. Allow the eyes to close and soften, and just feeling that heat. Maybe it's progressed kind of up into your face. Your face feels hot. Taking a moment just to allow the fire to be there. Having the courage to be conscious of allowing a change, allowing a fire, allowing emotion. And then we'll begin to make our way into the tabletop position, bringing the knees directly underneath the hips, bringing those arms out at least shoulder width apart, fanning the fingertips so your pointer finger is facing forward or maybe even turned out facing the corner of your mat. Wrists are directly, well, let's walk those hands forward actually, about half a handprint, tucking those toes under, setting that seat up high, coming into downward dog, allowing the heels to soften towards the mat as the hands are pushing the mat away forward, feeling those shoulder blades coming together and melting down your spine. Toes are spread out, fingers are spread out. The upper thigh bones are kind of separating towards the back room as that tailbone is lengthening. And on your exhale, feel as if you are exhaling from your tailbone down your back to your hands and down the back of the legs to your feet, really grounding into the earth. On your next inhale, lifting that right leg up high, keeping the hips square, and then exhale, drawing that knee close into your chest, rounding like a ball, pushing the mat away. Take an inhale, lifting that right leg again up high, hips are staying square. As you exhale, lifting up high on those left tippy toes, and then drawing that knee into chest, really pushing the mat away, feeling that belly move in towards the back of the spine. Inhale, lifting that right leg up high. One more time. Exhale, really drawing that knee in really tight. This time, allow that right foot to plant down right next to that right hand. Taking an inhale here, gathering nice and long through the spine, and as you exhale, opening it up, the back foot becomes parallel to the mat. Hips are square to the front. There's an outer rotation of the front leg, making sure that that front knee doesn't go over the toes. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, allow the shoulder blades to melt down the spine. Feeling an internal rotation of the back leg, as well as a lot of energy on the knife edge of the back foot. So feeling the weight on the back edge of that left foot, and then begin to feel the earth just behind the big toe mound. So there's a connection and a lifting of the arch of that foot. Spreading the front toes, maybe lifting them up and spreading them wide, and then placing them down again as if you could draw the big toe mound just beneath it to your heel. So really lighting up the legs, feeling that ignite, allowing that burn, allowing that crackle, sparks, change, feeling strong, feeling the shoulders soften, taking an inhale here, and as you exhale, see if there's somewhere else that you can soften as those legs are nice and strong. On your next inhale, bringing that toe forward, inhale, bringing the arms up, and as you exhale, turning those heels towards you so the toes are in the same direction of the knees, feeling that tailbone soften by bringing the pubic bone to the belly button, and then dropping into goddess. So drawing in and up from the pelvic floor. Arms can stay in cactus or you can bring them down, allowing the shoulder blades to soften. Feeling that outer rotation of the thighs. Once again, lifting up those toes, gently placing them down, and as if the big toe mounds were going to come back towards the heel. In Deborah Adele's Yamas and Yamas, she says, can we stand the heat of being dismantled and changed forever by the fire? Allowing ourselves to be changed means letting go. Allowing ourselves to change means being aware of the present, aware of what you can let go and let the fire take away. Take another inhale, deep into the belly. Exhale to release. Maybe sinking just a little bit deeper into that fire. On your next inhale, pivot that back leg forward, front toes forward down the mat. Inhale it up to a high crescent. Again, there's lots of energy in that ball of the back foot. You can heel toe that right foot out to the side so your legs are more on a train track than they are a tightrope. Making sure that that weight is in the ball of the back foot, and then as well as feeling all four corners of the front foot nice and strong. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, release the shoulders away from the ears. Allow your body to soften, maybe in the jaw or around the eyes. As you exhale, leaning forward, bringing those arms behind. Still lots of weight in that back leg. So you're feeling centered here. Feeling that core lifting up from the pelvic floor. Chest shining forward. Nice deep inhale. Exhale to soften where you can. Soften maybe around the eyes. Feeling powerful in that back left leg as well. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, placing both hands on either side, that right foot, send that right leg back, pushing the mat away, sending those hips high, coming into downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, pushing the mat away, feeling that release. Feeling the effects of that heat, of that transformation. On your next inhale, inhale that left leg rises up high, hips are staying square. As you exhale, coming up onto those right toes, drawing the left knee into the chest, pushing the mat away. Inhale, letting that left leg rise up nice and high. Exhale, drawing that left knee into the chest, pushing the mat away like a little ball, navel to spine. Inhale, that left leg rises. Exhale, drawing everything in, pushing the mat away, getting really small, placing that left foot next to the left hand. Taking an inhale here to grow nice and long through the spine, and as you exhale, opening up into warrior two. So the right back foot is parallel to the mat, lots of weight and energy in the knife edge of that right foot, and then bringing some of it back towards the big toe mound. Hips are square to the front of the room. The front leg, there's an outward rotation of the thigh, making sure that that knee doesn't go over the toes. As you exhale, soften the shoulders away from the ears, maybe sinking into your warrior. Gaze over the left fingertips, allowing that heat to build, knowing that our emotions will rise. Some of them will stay, some of them serve us, some of them do not. So allowing those things that we don't need, sometimes that we think fuel us, but maybe they should be burned and lost in the fire, like the ashes, allowing us to change. Sometimes there's hatred, but if we're willing to allow that hatred to be there for a moment, to feel it, and then allowing that transformation of joy, of unconditional love. Taking another deep inhale, exhale, maybe sinking lower just one last time. On your next inhale, pivoting that left foot forward. Taking an inhale to open up the chest, open up the heart. And as you exhale, turning those heels in, softening, bringing the tailbone down by bringing the pubic bone towards the belly button, and then allowing those hips to drop. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, ears over the shoulders. Finding a stillness, a softness, allowing that heat to build, allowing the heat to transform, trusting that the process, what comes on the other side of it, is beyond what you could have thought. Drawing that pelvic floor up, the belly button draws in, back and up. As you do that, your chest lifts, bringing that chin parallel to the floor, drawing that skull back, feeling that heat, feeling that fire. I am feeling it. Take an inhale, exhale, let the shoulders melt down. As you inhale, pivoting that back leg forward and kind of heel toeing that foot so you're more on a train track than a tightrope. Ball the back foot, there's lots of energy into the ground. Hips are square, making sure that front knee doesn't go over the toes. There's still a softening of the tailbone by drawing our pubic bone to belly button. As you exhale, let those shoulders melt down the back. Maybe lifting up those front toes, placing them down, and then drawing that big toe mound towards the heel. Really lighting up that energy in the leg. Feeling that shake knowing that there is transformation, change is happening. Another inhale here, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. And as you exhale, allowing that torso over the front, but there's still lots of energy in the ball of that back foot. Drawing in and up through the pelvic floor. Chest is shining forward. Lots of energy lengthening from the crown of the head to elongate the spine. An inward rotation of the back thigh, an outward rotation of the front thigh. Maybe sinking slightly lower, letting those shoulders melt away from the ears. Another deep inhale here. And as you exhale, placing both hands on either side of that foot, bringing that left foot back to meet the right. Taking a deep inhale here as you exhale, pressing the mat away. Taking an inhale to come forward as you exhale, bring those knees out wide, toes coming together. Setting the seat back into a child's pose. Maybe extending those arms the length of the mat, allowing the forehead to soften to the ground. A nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, you can release the arms, release effort. As you inhale, slowly walking the torso up and bringing the seat down. So we can stretch out what we just created, all that heat in the legs. So if it feels more comfortable to you to come up onto the edge of a blanket as you bring your feet completely straight in front of you into staff, moving out that extra cushion from your seat, flexing those feet, taking an inhale to elongate through the spine, and as you exhale, allowing that heart to pull you forward, keeping those feet flexed, heart shining forward, shoulders melting away from the ears. With each breath, feeling that elongation of the spine, and maybe each exhale, drawing that belly closer to the thighs. Take another nice deep inhale here, growing nice and long. One more exhale. As you inhale, slowly walking that torso up. Then bring both feet in towards you. Sole of the feet come together. So here, if this stretch is pretty significant for your hips or your inner thighs, you can bring a block underneath your thighs on either side. And you can also bring that blanket and sit. So your seat maybe on the edge of a blanket, allowing those hips to be higher, knees to go lower, drawing those shoulders down the back. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, ears over the shoulders. And maybe here just spending some time allowing gravity to draw those knees open. Or if it feels okay to lead forward with the chest. Feeling that opening of the inner thighs. Maybe each exhale, allowing those knees to soften open just a little bit more. As you exhale, slowly drawing yourself up and then bringing ourselves all the way down the length of your mat. Bringing the soles of the feet to the floor. Bringing those arms out to the side like a wing, and then gently allowing those feet are going to be about mat width apart, and then allowing those knees to kind of windshield wiper back and forth. feeling that stretch in the quad. Go ahead and feel free to lift that hip up to feel that stretch, allowing the shoulder to soften still towards the mat. Maybe find some connection with breath here. So as your knees are forward, there's an inhale, and as you exhale, allowing them to drift over to each side. Keeping that right sole of the foot planted on the ground, bringing that left foot over the top, keeping the left foot flexed and opening up of that left knee. Then draw that right knee into the chest by gently maybe grasping behind on the hamstring or maybe the knee, whatever feels best to you. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, draw that knee just a little bit closer towards your chest, keeping that left knee open, maybe using your left elbow to encourage that opening. Drawing a full breath here into that outer hip. As you exhale, allow the shoulders to release down to the mat. Allow the jaw to unclench. As you exhale, slowly bringing that right foot back down to the mat, taking those arms out to either side. Take a nice deep inhale. Maybe allow that connection of the low back as you inhale, feeling your low back connected to the mat. And as you exhale, allow both knees to gently drop over to the right, taking your gaze over to your left fingertips. On your next inhale, drawing both knees back up to center, and as you exhale, allowing them both to gently fall over to the left, keeping that right shoulder blade melted to the mat, taking your gaze over your right fingertips. On your exhale, allow your body to feel heavier. Maybe you're hovering your shoulders above the mat. Allow them to release and let go. On your next inhale, bringing both legs back up to center, and then taking that left sole of the foot down to the mat, bringing the right foot over that knee, keeping that right foot flexed and that right knee open, and then begin to draw that left knee towards the chest, maybe taking a hold behind the thigh or maybe underneath the knee, using that right elbow to encourage that right knee to stay open, keeping that right foot nice and flexed. Take a nice deep inhale all the way to the belly. As you exhale, soften the shoulders, draw that knee a little bit closer to your chest. Maybe releasing the tension around your eyes, around your lips, and your throat. As you exhale, slowly allowing that left sole of the foot to come back to the mat, taking those arms out to the side. Taking an inhale here, softening that tailbone, so feeling that low back connecting to the mat just a little bit more. And as you exhale, allow both knees to gently drop over to the left, keeping that right shoulder blade melting towards the mat, taking those gaze over your right fingertips. On your next inhale, bringing those legs back up to center. And as you exhale, allowing them to gently ease over to the right, keeping that left shoulder blade connected as much as you can to the mat. Maybe taking your gaze over to your left fingertips. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, feeling your bones become heavy. and everything else around them soften. On your next inhale, drawing both knees back up towards the center, and then taking any movement that feels good to you before you find your final resting. So maybe it's drawing your knees into your chest. Maybe a happy baby feels good. And then allow your legs to extend down the length of your mat, feet falling open, bringing those arms out to the side, palms facing up, allowing those shoulders to draw underneath you, the shoulder blades to draw underneath you, and the top of the shoulders to melt more into your mat, fall gently back into your mat, allowing your eyes to close softly, maybe unsticking your tongue from the roof of your mouth, allowing your jaw to ease. So taking a nice full deep inhale all the way to the belly, filling up the torso in every single direction, and then exhale, allow that belly to melt towards the spine, allow the jaw to release, shoulders to soften. A few more of those letting go breaths, deep, full inhales, and as you exhale, exhale out of an open mouth to feel that release. Fire always has a change, like a metallurgic change in you, and something needs to be released. Let it go. Take some time here in this Savasana, keeping your eyes softly closed. And I'm going to read to you a poem that I found from Octavia Butler that says, "All that you touch, you change. All that you change changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change." So allow your body to just rest here as long as you need. Transformation is never easy. And after the transformation, there's a need to process and integrate. So allow your body this space, allow yourself this time. And I thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see you guys all soon. Thank you. Hi, Missy. Hi, Miss Kitty. What you doing?